evening. I am Kamau Kujichagulia, and this is On the Case with Kamau Kujichagulia, where each week we speak with a member of our community who has a lot to do and a lot to say, and we want to introduce them to you so that you know what they're doing and can appreciate the hard work that people in your community are doing for all of us. This week, our guest is going to be Reverend Bolivar Flores, and he's Chief of Staff of the New Jersey Reentry Corporation, among a host of other things, which we will get into. But before we do, I want to, have you ever played Monopoly? And did you ever have the properties of Boardwalk and Park Place? We had all that money and all that power and I nowadays I play a game called Pharaoh, and Pharaoh is a building game of ancient Egypt. And you start off and you have all these things you have to do. You have to provide food, you have to provide health, you have to provide all types of services. You have to build and build and build. And sometimes you just don't have a lot of money, and it's stressful. It's this is just a game, mind you, but it's stressful until you can start accumulating some type of wealth. Now then there are other times when you start the game when you have an abundance of money and resources. And during this time, you just sit back, because anything you need, you can just throw cash at it. If you need food, throw some money at it. If you need medical care, if you need to build buildings, throw some money at it. So it's very different when you're playing with resources as opposed to playing without resources. And that is just like life. We as Black people need reparations because we have the constant stress of trying to build or building without resources. We always have to worry about how's this going to get paid? How's the kids' college fund coming along? When are we going to get this house? We can't. Whereas if we had the reparations that we need and which we should have, we could just throw money at it, and the stress level, our stress levels would fall greatly. Of course, that's the same for any people, but especially true for African Americans who for 400 years had the wealth of their labor taken from them or withheld from us. So, so many people who just don't understand what reparations is about. Of course, there are many people, the white supremacists, the system of white supremacists, who understand completely what reparations is about. And that's why we don't have reparations, because they understand that our mental health, our physical health, our all types of health would improve dramatically if we had reparations, if we had the resources to just relieve ourselves of some of the stress and anxieties that we've gone through day to day for hundreds and hundreds of years and continue to go through. But that's just a preamble to the show that's coming. I want to introduce my number one son, Michael Harmon. Hello, son.
How you doing, Pop? How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good tonight. I'm a bit hot. I'm gonna have to get up from here and turn off this heat. But until I get a chance, I'm all right.
Good.
How was your week? That was.
My week is pretty good. I'm going to the Sixers Celtics game tomorrow, and I'm going to the Sixers Celtics game tomorrow night. So my week is going to end very good. I also feel what you're saying about reparations, the need for reparations, and the mental health issues that we have as Black folk in this country.
Yeah, well, your mental health is going to depreciate quite a bit tomorrow night, I'm afraid.
I'm a Celtics fan, Pop, so I doubt it.
I know, son. I'm aware of that. Let's, we have Reverend Flores. Think we ought to bring him on now?
Yes, let's bring the Reverend on.
All right. Reverend Flores, greetings.
Mr. Flores, how are you?
Thank you so much for this opportunity that you give it to me to talk about the New Jersey Latino Coalition Pastors and Ministers, and also the extraordinary work that the New Jersey Reentry Corporation do in the state of New Jersey. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And, we want to thank you for doing all that you do, because, you do a host of things. Now, to begin with, I tell you what, why don't you introduce yourself and tell our people a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Reverend Bolivar Flores, and I have the pleasure to serve as the Chief of Staff of the New Jersey Reentry Corporation, where we provide critical service for all brothers and sisters who return from prison and jail. We have more than 17,000 participants to the state of New Jersey in our program. And also, I have the pleasure to serve as a vice president of the New Jersey Latino Pastors and Ministers. And I serve in different hospital, university boards of the state and national, like IPS, but also I serve in the committee to select federal judges from the state of New Jersey. I'm going to a school. I enroll myself in a school. I'm in Harvard University right now, and I'm proud to be from New Jersey, adopting in New Jersey as a son of New Jersey, the great state. And what I do every single day is try to close the gaps that members of our community have and create legislation and policy that allow us to have a better life, healthy life, mentally, spiritual, and economic.
Well, you've obviously taken more than 24 hours in a day here.
Well, my assistant only allowed me to sleep 3 hours, where Michael B say, Reverend, this is no help. It's not good for your mental health, but also for your physical health, because Michael is in the psychiatry ward. But sometimes you have to sacrifice, and you have to do what you have to do to create better communities.
Yes.
I believe this is the calling that I received from my higher power.
Do you work with the psychiatric hospitals?
Absolutely. I have a partnership with Rocker University, and what we provide is psychiatric services. It's really small program that we start in our wellness center, Lafrac Wellness Center, located in 195 Campus Drive. Thanks to the generosity of Francine Lafrac from the Lafrac City, I opened this wellness center, and now we start our psychiatric service last week. Only 8 people receive the psychiatric service, because psychiatry, when you talk about specific to the reentry community, about psychiatry, they have a consent. I'm not crazy. I don't want a medicine. And a lot of consent about, so something that we try to do through our participants is educated and told them the importance to see a psychiatrist. And if you go to the psychiatrist, it means that you are crazy or you have a mental. It's just that you have challenges and you're looking for best practice in medicine and help. What is important, everybody needed help in some point of their life.
A lot of challenges for my psychiatric community, and we look forward to whatever help you can provide to those patients, because they definitely need it.
I have a great friend, Petro, and Petro is the chair of the psychiatric medicine nationwide. And I would love to introduce you and talk about, because I think it's a lot of legislation that we have to create. Something that I have a lot of concern is about the chain of information. Let's say you go to the doctor, you have HIV, and you go to New York, the chain information is there. And the psychiatry, especially in the addiction aspect, is not chain information. And I think so we have to change that. And we have to understand that it's important that the chain information, the medical chain information, of course, look at the best practice in HIPAA and all this stuff. But it's important that we do and change information in the state of New Jersey. And I know that Governor Murphy has the chair of the Governors Association nationwide talk about that and look it up in this initiative. But I think we needed more people like you, Michael, involved in this to create the path and bring best practice in the psychiatry to the psychiatric family in the state of New Jersey.
Whatever I can do, I'm here, and I'll give you whatever help I can. And thank you for that.
Thank you.
Now, you also work now as a pastor. You also say that you're with the New Jersey Latino Pastors and Ministers Association, and it has 468 churches involved.
That's correct. So the New Jersey Latino Coalition Pastors and Ministers, our mission is to creating social service in our churches. I don't believe in a church that only sharing the gospel in Sunday, and that the people around the church don't have a job, don't have any access to training, don't have access to education, don't have a place to sleep. I don't believe in that type of philosophy. So the New Jersey Latino Pastors and Ministers make sure that our churches have a partnership with hospital, with training programs, with agencies that provide job placement, with the health qualified centers, with immigrations, with different organizations that help us to help our members. Specific in church, people going to church because they pass difficult times. I remember when the pandemic hit, and I remember that Governor Phil Murphy approved the releases of a lot I made. And at that moment, Governor Murphy is in Columbia University, have the surgery, and the Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver, who's really a friend of mine, passed executive order that permit that our churches allow people as a shelter. And at that moment, we hosting through the state of New Jersey, we provide housing at that moment, and we see the need in our community. We provide the housing, we provide legal service, we provide food. So the New Jersey Latino Pastors and Ministers is the vehicle that we use to provide that service and to close that gaps that the members of our church have. And not only members of our churches, anyone who can come to the church and receive the service. You don't have to attend the service. You can receive service. Right now, we enroll people in Medicaid and insurance. We talk about Obamacare with training people in our churches, a specific Cisco certification, OSHA certification. And we have a partnership with the New Jersey Community College to provide trainings and enrolled participants in the school. And I'm grateful to President Aaron, who is the president of the New Jersey Community College, that help us to help others, and to Governor Murphy and to all the legislators, Senator President, Speaker Coughlin, and all the support that we have to make sure that this can pass. And also, right now, we work before in the insurance policy where allow children with no document to have insurance. So this is part of what the New Jersey Latino Pastors and Ministers do every single day through the state of New Jersey.
You say that children without documentation have insurance now?
That's correct. It's a legislation that, thanks to Senator Teresa Ruiz, Assemblywoman Eliana Pintor-Marin, Senator Cruz, Senator Poe, and the Latino caucus work really close with the governor's office and pass this legislation that permit not only for the undocumented community be beneficiary, but also from the hospital system also be beneficiary, because they don't have to apply for the charity care. Now they have insurance. And this is a model that we take from New York. And my recommendation to the state is, and to the country, to have a national insurance policy that everyone can have insurance. I believe that everybody is a right. Everybody can have access to health care. You know, maybe I come from DR, I come to the United States, I try to work, but I needed healthcare. Healthcare is necessary for humanity, for compassion. We have to change our policy, and we have to create a policy that allow anyone to receive healthcare. I don't talk about social service. I don't talk about social security aspect. I talk about healthcare. Our community needed healthcare. It's no matter if you are blue, black, white, green. Is you right? You needed access to healthcare, and I'm so grateful that the state of New Jersey start with our children. And I pray to our high power that we can move to a global insurance cover in the state and also in our country.
Okay. Now, earlier today, just so happens, I saw a bumper sticker that said Medicare for all. Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what are the age limits for kids to get this medical care?
I think so. It's to 18.
18? Oh, 18. That's great. That's really great.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I think so. The state of New Jersey, legislature understand the voice of our community, and I'm so grateful that this happened right now.
Okay, that is really great. You also, man, oh man. Every time I look at my notes, I see that you are something else. You are the chaplain for the West New York community.
That's correct. The West New York Police Department in 2016.
What does that mean? I often hear people down here in Trenton who are Trenton police chaplains. What does that mean?
So my role in 2016, the city of West New York never have a chaplain, and the city council of the city approved me as the first chaplain in the history of West New York. And what I do is spiritual counseling to our police department. Let's say you have an issue with your wife, or somebody died in your family. That's where I come and talk about healing process, and talk about in the spiritual aspect of opportunity, and see and help you navigate that pain that you have in that moment, and understand God, the Lord, at that moment, and the situation that happened in your life or that you suffer. That's what we do. But also we do more in that. Not only marriage counseling, not only help you in the healing process, but also we talk about the importance to have a relationship with your high father, with your high power. The importance to find God in your heart. We don't talk about religion. We don't talk specific about who is good and who is bad and what church is better. We talk about love. We talk about help others, and we organize. We organize a lot of community events with our police department to close and to bring the community with the police department, because it's a lot of consent about. Also, I create the New Jersey Latino law enforcement, where Latino police officer to the state of New Jersey is a part of our coalition. I'm served as a chairman of the Latino Coalition Law Enforcement, and Mayor Ras Barak, and Governor James McGreevy, and the chairman of our board, and a lot of law enforcement attending our grand opening. And what we do is to encourage the Latino law enforcement to take different credentials and help them with taxes, help them with legal service. People believe, law enforcement make a lot of money. A lot of law enforcement have a child support, and at the end of the day, what they have every 2 weeks is $200 left, and they have to pay rent, they have to pay mortgage, they have to pay car, and they have to pay the child support. Maybe they have a loan that also they have to pay, so they suffer a lot of challenge. So we create the New Jersey Latino Law Enforcement, and our goal is provide grants, micro grants for them, and also help them to continue education and social service. So that's the New Jersey Latino Law Enforcement, and I'm a part of that too.
Okay, it's very interesting, man. You have full days, that's for sure.
That's right. But let me tell you something. I feel so happy to serve others because everybody have a gift in life. You see, you with the TV, you have that gift. You know, you have that gift, and you inform our community, not only the community of Trenton, the community of the state of New Jersey. And this is you. This is what you love to do, and I can see it and I can feel in my spirit how grateful you are to serve and to do that. It's the same thing to me. I love to create coalition. I love to be involved in my community. I love when I die. My mom is in the art, and I have a couple of years that I don't see her because I don't go to vacation. And it's not because I don't want to go to vacation, it's because I receive a message and I have to deliver that message. I have to do what I have to do. And sometimes it's painful to me. But the more grateful I am is when I see somebody say, Reverend, 3 months ago, I don't have a place to stay and things to your help. I have my own apartment. I start working. I apply for my green card. Or I'm somebody who use heroin. I go to the detox program, Reverend, and I start working. You change that person's life. You give you another opportunity to that person. And that would make me happy. My sister say that I'm crazy. You're crazy, you don't take vacation, you don't go to the art. But sometimes people don't understand the mission that you have in life. And when you understand why you come to the earth, and you find out that passion, that love, and you have the resource to help others, this is the more beautiful experience that anyone can experience. It's I don't have I don't know how
I know, bro. I know exactly how you feel. You have to do what you have to do.
When you find your calling.
Okay, so I feel you 100%, and I'm glad that you're doing it right here in the state of New Jersey. You know, because every day you go outside and you see people, and you just want to do all you can. I just want to hug them sometimes, because some people just need a hug. You know, everybody needs a hug, but they need so much more too. And I'm glad you're here in this state trying to do what you can do.
I can share with you that to date we signed a memorandum of understanding between the Port Authority and our veteran program. Every day, more than 25 veterans commit suicide in the state. I mean, in the country, more than 25 veterans commit suicide in the country. When they get out from prison, because whatever happened to them, because they are veteran, they don't qualify for the benefit of the veteran office. They come to the county, they apply for Medicaid. The county say no because they are veterans, and BOA had to provide that service to them. But when they go to the veteran affair, they don't qualify. So it's a lot of gaps. I'm so grateful that today we signed this memorandum of understanding between the Port Authority of New Jersey and New York, a CDL institution that we provide service from them, and the New Jersey Reentry Corporation. And with that, our goal is putting back the veteran community to work, provide a credential, a way that they can sustain their life and their family. And in the New Jersey Reentry Corporation, we have more than 600 veterans in our program right now enrolled. So our program is divided in different categories. We have women program, we have the veteran program, and we have the general population of the New Jersey Reentry Corporation. And it's a lot of raining today. And I'm so grateful to Senator Congressman Menendez and Congressman Murphy, who bring this model from the White House for first time in the history of New Jersey to Avellon, to the community, to Houston County, to provide this type of training for our veteran community. So that's what the New Jersey Reentry Corporation do, is provide the new way to do reentry. And I always talk about the new way to do reentry. When I start reentry, working reentry with former Governor James McGreevy in 2014, I remember the way to do reentry is to help someone to have a job, $7 job by hour. And we say, but that's not the way. Let's bring best practice. And we put in a report as a best practice in the state of New Jersey. And we look it up, all the matter nationwide, and we consulted our reentry community. And we understand that the way to do reentry is provide credential, development career for those who commit mistakes in life, and they can have a better life, better job, they can help the family, and be grateful. And that's the reason we provide credential in our training center. More than 17 different credentials we provide right now. And to our training center, more than 1,700 people receive credential right now. And we have a memorandum of understanding agreement with Apple, with Google, and with more than 200 different businesses that allow us to provide job placement for those who come to our training center, completely free. We understand that our community need a more center like the Governor's Reentry Training Center, and I try to do it also in our location in Kearney, and also in Middlesex, to provide more credentials, to provide more training to the member of our community.
Yeah, the challenge is that people who are re-entering, either from prison or from the military, veterans who serve in war, they feel such horrid things, and then they come back and you're supposed to forget about that. But, the challenges that these people face when they come back, are massive.
Is what 10% of the inmates, the people who's incarcerated in the state of New Jersey, serve our country. 10%. So from the 12,000 inmates that the state has right now, more than 10% of them serve our country. The question that I have is, what do we do when they get out? They get out with ID. They get out with birth certificate. They have mental health. They have a psychiatry that they can see them. They have a place to stay. They have food. Right. They have clothes.
Right.
Yes.
Basic things that people take for granted. But how difficult it is to restart your life without an ID.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
If you don't have ID, you can't apply for food stamp. You can't apply for Medicaid. You can't apply. You don't. No. You can't prove. So Senator Sandra Cunningham and President Sweeney at that moment create the Sweeney-Cunningham legislation, and I work really close with both to development that legislation. That legislation says that the inmate in the state of New Jersey need to get out with identification, birth certificate, and enroll in food stamp. This is part of the legislation that President Sweeney at that moment and Senator Sandy Cunningham passed. But how the legislation, the implementation is completely two different roles. So we have the legislation in the state of New Jersey. The question is, we implement that legislation? Everybody get out with ID? And by the way, I think so that Victoria Kuhn, who is the Commissioner of Correctional, and my dear friend, the Commissioner's sister, do a phenomenal job right now. Like phenomenal, transform the prison system, bring best practice, the policy. But it's a lot of work that had to be done also.
Okay. I want to ask you about two other things that I know you're involved with. One is you're on a panel that is selecting or suggesting federal judgeships.
That's correct. So we interviewed the person, the candidate that applied for federal judge.
This is federal judges.
federal judges. So we interview them with asking questions, see how they think about community, how they work with part of the resume that she reflect the values that we want, because something that that committee specific that I work is to create that the core, the federal core, reflect the community, reflect who we are. Not only bunch of white person there who don't understand community, who don't understand the pain that we suffer every single day. So that's what we try to bring more diversity, specific in the federal court, and people who understand reentry, people who understand second chances, people who understand psychiatry, mental health, addiction, people who understand all this. That's the goal of our committee.
Okay. Now, along with that, now the immigration policies, do these judges will have an effect on immigration policies, I suppose, because right now I don't our immigration policies, it seems to be as bad now as it was, almost as bad now as it was under Trump, and I don't understand what's going on there.
So right now, and I'm happy that Senator Menendez put in the immigration policy, Menendez immigration policy. That's something that a couple of weeks ago, Senator Menendez suggested in the U.S. Congress. And we talk about a way that we can bring recommendation. I think so. The faith community. I think so that all the citizens of the United States, we had to suggest it, and we had to develop a policy that everybody agreed. Right now, is no matter where you come from, it's matter to create a good policy that allow us to legalize the people who's here, who bring more money, we pay more taxes, but also for protect our country. And when the way I say is protect our country, is a lot of people maybe don't have identification, and they can drive it right now, thanks to the legislation that we work in the state of New Jersey. There's a lot of states that they not allow them to have a driver license. And what happens when you have an accident? So you can't prove who you are. So we live in an era where there's a lot of attack, terrorist attack, and things like this. And when you limitate the people to have identification, to prove who they are, specifically with the economic, the situation that we live right now is no good. And we legalize all these people. I think so we're doing more revenue to the country, but also more protection to the country. I think so right now the community leaders, faith leaders, elected officials, policymakers have to come together and develop that policy that everybody agree and close these gaps. It's no more time for game. We had to do something. We had to do it now.
Yeah, because people are hurting. You know, it's not like it's just, you know, nothing. I mean, this is actually affecting people, and not just the grown man, grown woman. It's affecting the whole family, the children, and the community.
I'm hosting every year immigration conference. Last immigration conference that we hosting in Union City, specific in a church, because the church is a sanctuary, and we want to be mindful to protect our participant. And I remember we have all these fancy lawyers through the state of New Jersey. Thanks to them, they provide as a pro bono for the New Jersey Reentry Corporation. We're developing a program called Espíritu Latino, and that program provides specific immigration service. And in the last conference that we hosted in Union City, thanks to the sponsors, Senator Ryan P. Stack and Mercedes Joaquin, we see that the mothers signing release that if they be deported, the children, where are the children going? And this is really painful. Maybe you, myself, we don't have to worry. See, if something happened to me, I know where my children going. But see, you don't have a green card, you're not legal in the United States, and they arresting, ICE arresting you. That affects your children. and you lose your children. That's not right. This is not right. We don't move. These policies is not right policies. How this is possible? We are human. What do you mean that you take care of my children and never be see my children again? And I don't know who be adopting my children. This is not human. This is not right. This is not what the Lord wants. We have to change that. This is really painful.
It is. It really is. You know, this system that we live under, this system of white supremacy, which we've lived under for centuries, has been horrid in many aspects, and it just has to stop. And I'm happy that we have people like you out there fighting a system that is just oppressive to so many people. You know,
it's really hard. Every day I wake up at 3:30 and I read the news, and what happened right now is we have a disaster in the system. And a lot of people, President Biden, for any reason, opened the board, and all these people that come here don't have a Medicaid, don't have job, they don't know where they be sleeping, they don't know where they be eating, they don't know what will be happening tomorrow. They only pray that it's no more raining in the day. I received calls from Friday to today, people in the street like, Reverend, it's a lot of raining, what I can do. I myself put a lot of people in my church, and me personally, I said, I don't care if the fire department come, I had to do something. I can't permit these people sleep in the street. These people don't have place, don't have like a bread. I received my children and a mother in my office, and she said to me, Reverend, I have this bread, and she have the bread in a blocks and Ziploc. And she said, I don't eat that bread. And I said, why? She said, because I don't know if we have a dinner for my daughter. So I saving this bread to make sure that night I have bread to give it to my daughter.
Yep. I know, man. I know.
It's
sick. You know, I'm looking. You know, just this past week, they had dedication of the new State House. $500 million they spent on refurbishing and redoing the State House. $500 million. I mean, it's beautiful, it's nice, but how much more good could that money have done for the people who really need it? You know?
Yeah.
It's just mind-boggling to me, you know. So
that's
I don't know. Now you also you're now okay. I want to ask you about the judges. Now I know we're trying to get more black and brown judges, but do we have that many qualified judges, black and brown judges?
Absolutely. I'm proud that I work in and select Evelyn Padin, who served as the president of the president of the lawyer from the state of New Jersey, and also Judge Espinal, who served in the South as a federal judge. Judge Jose, also who is the first Dominican judge in the country, federal judge in the country. Yes, we have a lot of professional and people with great resumes, and also people who understand the voice of the professor, the voice of the books, but also who understand the voice of our community. When you connect both, when you connect the acknowledgement that you have, the education that you have, but also when you're connecting people who have a heart, human heart, who understand pain, who understand mental health, who understand criminal justice system, and how broker is our criminal justice system, and understand opportunity. Something that I want to share with you. Let's say myself, I have Medicaid, and you have private insurance. When we go to court, because I have Medicaid, I go to the prison system, I go to jail. But you can go to treatment program. You think so this is right? I don't think so this is right. This is not quite. So that's that we have a great judges. We have a great candidate in African American community and also in the Latino community that applied and have the job right now and do the difference, change a lot to the state, to the country. But again, thanks to this task force that we have, we bring that diversity. Before, it's not happened like this. Is U.S. senators recommend, go to the process, and that's it, it's done. Now that process changed, so now it's more member for our community, and the process more deep because we analyze them and we bring people who understand community, people who understand humanity, people who believe in opportunity and understand partnership with different nonprofits and different organizations that allow them or to the inmates to be successful.
Okay. Now, a lot of times I hear corporations or employers or whatever talk about, well, we want more Black and brown people on our staff, but we just can't find them. But, I go around the world and I see, whether I go to Zimbabwe or to India or to Indonesia or even to Haiti, I see Black and brown people doing everything all around the world, So if they're there, they certainly must be here.
So I'm really close friend to Reverend Al Charlton, and I remember that I go to NAN, National Action Network, and Reverend Steffi Bailey, who represent National Action Network in the state of New Jersey. And we talk about the issues between Latinos and African American. And people can use 300 excuses. I can say that you don't find them. I can say that they don't want to work. I can say that they don't like to go to school. And we can use 300 excuses. Now, we want to do something? You sure you want to hide in Black and brown people? Put it out. Take care of this stigma from the HR department. Let's bring all the HR department together and let's talk about discrimination. Let's talk about opportunity. Let's talk about equality. So it's a lot of stuff that had to be done. And I know we try. I know the door open a lot and we change a lot of policy. But we need more people like you, Kamau, like you, Michael. We need come together. Come together. Let's have a meeting every 3 months.
You're right.
And let's come together and let's develop policy and let's write in a letter and let's stop this. And I will say this in public. I'm really honest. 52,000 congregants we have in our churches. When I go to ask into a business person and I say, why is this happening? They give me the answer to me. They give me the answer because I have 52,000 people in my back who support the mission that we have. And what is our mission? Eliminate the barriers that the Black and brown community have. They close that gaps. They provide more service. They bring more service to our community, more funding, more better school for our communities. That's the reason. But we have to come together. And the community has to understand this. We have to work together. It's no matter what language you speak or where you're from. We have a same issue. We suffer as the same. We have pain as the same. Our community needed more community leaders come together, more civic engagement. When you talk about civic engagement, people believe right away civic engagement is politics. It's not politics. It's not politics. See, you have a light in front of your church or in front of your house that not working for the past 3 years. The only you say, this mayor is not good. It's not about the mayor. Let's go to the commissioner meeting. Let's go to the city council. And let's say this is happening in front of my house. When you talk about that, you don't have a social service agencies and you network. When you talk about that your street is terrible. When you talk about that you don't have somebody from the food department come to a church around you and help people apply for food stamp You don't have a food pantry around. You don't have a ESL class around. So, and I understand the politics or the policy maker of the elected official had to do that, but also us as a member of our community, have to put in together programs. It's a lot of money in grants in the state of New Jersey. And I would love to help anyone to navigate that process. But we have to decide that we want to do something different, that we want to change our community. The only way, it's a lot of policy, it's a lot of drugs, it's a lot of tobacco, it's a lot of alcohol. But we have to educate it. Look, community college. We work, I'm a member of the board of IPS, which is the Institute of Public Strategy nationwide. And I come back from Colorado last Saturday. And we have a board meeting there. And we talk about development of policy for university and community college that taught us or protect our student in the way that allow our student only buy a bottle of wine, no 7 bottle of wine. Right now, there's no control. And that's the reason our new generation, we had to protect them. We had to create policies and ways that assist in our community. It's good to criticize. It's good to say, Bolivar don't do nothing. Let's do something else. We have the power as a member of our community to do something. Churches came open only on Sunday. Churches have to be open 24. It's people who needed counseling. It's people who needed food. It's people who needed a place to stay. Let's do something. Let's do the right thing. Let's go back to MLK, to Martin Luther King philosophy. Let's go back to Chavez philosophy. Let's go back to Mother Teresa philosophy. And let's go to Kennedy philosophy. Let's do something, but let's do something right. And this is the time. We don't have more time. We have to come together. And maybe we start with 3 people. Let's talk about Trenton. You know how many challenges Trenton have? You know how many people in the street? What do? Well, let me call the president of the Latino pastors and ministers. Let me call this. Let's come together. Let's create a coalition. And let's sit down. Let's develop the policy. And let's start a program. And let's change our community. And that's what I try to do. And that's what I encourage everyone. Everybody listening to me, to watching to me today is that let's work together.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Wow.
Man. I wish we had longer, you know.
Reverend Flores, your message is on point.
Definitely on point. How can people get in touch with you? You're in touch with the New Jersey Reentry Corporation.
My cell phone number is 201-355-6308. 201-355-6308. I recommend to people to send me a text message because I spent a lot of hours in meetings and stuff like this. But I reply back to all my messages. And I would love to sit down with you, Kamau and Michael, and developing something for my brothers and sisters in Trenton. I think so. This is the time that, and I believe in the Lord. This interview, I can't do it because I have 300 team. And my assistant say, Reverend, we received this request. And at that moment, I'm with State Center on the phone. I say, sure. Put it on the car. Sure. And this morning, when we go over my agenda at 6 a.m., I said, I have this. What is that? But that's the Lord. And the Lord, when we meet, we talk to the community about what we had to do. But I feel in my spirit, Michael, that there is something more. And let's meet, send me a text and let's work together and let's educate more the community. I think so this platform, this program can help a lot.
Well, we're trying to do all we can, brother. So, and it's been great having you. It's good to meet you. And like you say, let's continue on let's get together, join hands, and see what more we can do.
My assistant follow tomorrow. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Extremely inspirational, Reverend Flores. Extremely inspirational, and I'm looking forward to talking with you in the future.
Absolutely, no in the future. It had to be next week. We don't have time. We have to do what we have to do.
All right.
Gotcha. So thank you so much.
All right, brother. Take good care of yourself.
God bless. Bye.
Love you,
Reverend Bolivar Flores.
All right. My. Goodness gracious,
man.
I tell you what. Every week is getting better and better, man.
Yes, sir.
We're meeting some people on here now. Yeah,
he was one of the best, boy.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed listening to him.
You know, I mean, there are so many people in this city, in this state. I can't even imagine nationwide that are doing so many things that are out there knocking at that door, pushing at that door. You know. We're gonna break that mug down. You know that, right? we're gonna shatter that damn door. Right?
Yes, sir.
Cause there's people out there that just have so much determination, so much belief, so much faith that it's gonna happen. That this system of oppression, this system of white supremacy cannot stand. It must be replaced. It has to be replaced with a system of justice. It has to be. And that's what we hear. Like the brother said, you know, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing with passion and love. We doing our thing with passion and love because it's not about we want to lift us up. You know, we want to help the people, our people.
Everybody.
That's what we're here for. You know?
Everybody.
So, who we got next week? Anybody?
Next week, we don't have a scheduled guest yet, but we are working on it, and we'll get back to you.
All right. Well, that's cool. You know, let's get somebody. You know what? Let's get somebody, because somebody is gonna be good.
Maybe somebody will give us a call. Let us know.
You know, I was reading somewhere today, an email or something that somebody wanted to be on. You know?
Next week?
They just said they wanted to be on. Shit. I don't know.
All right, well.
We'll put them on next week.
On? Give us a call. Give me a call.
Hey, how do they call you?
323 425.
Wait, what is 323?
I lived in Los Angeles, California for 8 years, and I haven't switched back to the 609 phone number just yet.
Can't switch now. 323.
So my phone number is 323-425-1583.
323
425
1583. Hot damn. Go ahead, me. Shit, I had that.
You about 80 years old now, ain't you? Got that memory.
You know, look at me. I tell you honest God truth, I'm doing better now than I was 10 years ago.
Huh.
I really am.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing better than I was 5 years ago.
I really am. So
yeah.
Maybe it's because of on the case. Who knows? You know, keeping me sharp. And it ain't. It's these people, man. I just be so happy. to meet some of these people that we've been running into
right
for the last few months, man. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It really is. It really is.
And you know, you don't ever hear about these people, but they're out there. So
I'm looking at our former guests, Aki and Akia Brown. They done stepped up their podcast game.
Really?
You know, they're doing a video now. As before, it was just audio.
Okay.
So they've stepped up their game.
Okay. Very good. You know?
But this week, Reverend Bolivar Flores, excellent, very inspirational.
Yes, sir. Where we find them at? You know,
Akia and Akia, they're the Oh, you gonna put me on the spot?
Well, myself on the spot now. I just put Tasha on the light. Okay, don't worry about it. We get them next week. All right.
Yes.
All right. So let's get out of here because it's supposed to be a half hour. Oh, damn near an hour that we've been on. But people just be so good. You know what I mean? But it's important though, and like I was saying at the beginning of the program, resources. Suppose the man had $1 billion to put towards what he was passionately doing. Suppose he had $1 billion. Throw money here. There's a problem over here with somebody not having ID. Boom. Here's some money. There's a problem over here. Throw money at it. You know, resources are so freaking important, and most of us don't understand how critically important they are. People keep saying to me, "Oh well, if we had reparations, we're just going to waste it and just going to give it right back." Shit. But for a while, until we do give it back, we're gonna be good at what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Be very good at what we're doing. Yeah. And you know what? When people say that, they ain't talking about themselves. You know, they talking about them.
Them.
You know?
Right?
They gonna throw their money away, not me. I know how to spend my money righteously.
I'm gonna remain silent on that account.
Yeah, you better remain silent on that account.
I'm gonna remain silent. I won't do it again. I'll tell you that much.
You know, yeah. Young and dumb shit. You know, them gals do to you too. You know, them gals. But that's because everybody ain't got it. You know, if everybody had reparations, then you know we'll be better at it. All right. Yeah. So next week, we don't know who's there yet, but we'll put it on Facebook. We'll put it on YouTube. Who we're gonna have? And so whoever it is, we're gonna be smoking.
And we're waiting on a couple phone calls back, but we'll definitely have a show next week. And if not, it'll be me and you.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna say good night, son. Peace.
Good night.